Welcome to the School of Wordcraft and Worldmancy. This is Feedback Frenzy.
Hello and welcome to another Submit Saturday. We have a fresh article that we are going to be critiquing today. This is going to be by Barbarossa Sparklebeard, so thank you so much for submitting your World Anvil article for review at wgc.bz/submit. If you'd like to submit your own article, please visit the website link, and we can do that on the next Saturday. So let's go ahead and start and take a look at this. All right, branding. Ooh. This is not marketing branding. This seems like this is literal branding. All right, we got a straightforward article right here. This is for a condition considered monstrous or unlucky by some. Hey, congratulations on working on a diamond prompt for World Anvil. This is great. Okay, so I'm going to just Rekindler's view. The sect of Rekindling does not view the curse with the same fear as other members. Instead, they view it as a form of ultimate reward by the goddess Ilia. The transformation is seen as the true embodiment of Ilia's flame and is given to accomplish the goal of burning the world and allow it to become rebuilt, anew, purified. Yeah, that is definitely a contrarian point of view. But I do like how even though they go through this process, they still see it for the ultimate good, although others do not. All right, let's go into the article itself. All right, we have a good intro header. The branding, or Ilia's blessing in certain circles, is a curse placed upon the clergy of the Church of the Divine Light by the goddess Ilia. Okay. As our power comes from the gods, we must ensure that it is used to further their causes, to shine the light, for if we do not, we shall be consumed by it. A sun-touched priest. All right. I think we've read this quote before in a previous article. The power, we need to use the power to further their causes or we'll be consumed by it. I like the intent, the direction, and then the consequences in such a short package. All clergy persons that choose to take the oath to follow the Church of Divine Light are given divine magic by their faith and their gods. However, this gift does not come freely, as the gods expect all clergy to follow the beliefs and
I don't know what I'm doing.
The church.
Better start writing anyway.
As the gods expect all clergy to follow the beliefs and tenets of the church and spread the light to fight darkness. Okay. Pretty long sentence, lot of independent clauses in there that, well, no, they're actually dependent clauses, but they could be turned independent. Like, however, this gift does not come freely, period. That would make that sentence a lot punchier and just, really emphasize this gift does not come freely. Period, exclamation point, emphasis, that's just a powerful statement. And then, as the gods, I feel kind of weakens the idea that you have in that sentence. This gift does not come freely, as the gods. Okay, then you can just say, gods expect all clergy to follow the belief and tenets of the church and spread the light and fight the light to fight the darkness. Oh, capitalize D, darkness. Okay, so I kind of like by separating this sentence into two, it does separate two ideas. The priest should not take this lightly. These are the expectations in a list form. So I believe by separating that sentence, it'll give it more punch for the first sentence and make the second sentence easier to read as it is just kind of a list in sentence form. However, okay, you got two howevers here. Okay. I might think, you, if you got rid of this, however, because it's like on the other hand, on the other hand, on the other hand. There's not there. You only have two hands. Um, you could make this sentence a lot. It would. I think it would increase that. Say, this gift does not come freely. However, and then that starts a new concept, a new paragraph. Regardless of what was said in the first paragraph, however, then we get into a contrarian statement. Those who those who choose to utilize the power of the gods to aid the darkness face the wrath of their god's anger. The power that was given to them slowly and painfully burns within them, consuming them and their souls. Okay. Once their soul is completely consumed, the being is transformed into a large, hulking fire monster. Completely devoid of emotion or empathy, the monster will leave nothing but destruction and death until it is stopped. This transformation is to act as a reminder of the God's will and power on all kind. Okay, interesting. Okay, this soul, the power. This sentence, the power that was given to them slowly and painfully burns within them. This sounds like the power was given to them slowly, and it sounds like this power painfully burns within them. And it sounds like the power is what's consuming their soul, not that it was their choice to use the power of God's to aid the darkness. You can see what I'm saying there? The first sentence of this says, those who use the power of God to aid darkness faces the wrath of their God's anger. Okay, but then the next sentence here, the power that was given to them slowly and painfully burns within them, consuming them and their souls. So the power that was given to them is replaced by painful burns or something, or the power that was given to them begins to slowly, or something in there needs to emphasize that it was their choice that triggered the action, the change, that the power, instead of giving him power, is now replaced with slow, painful burning. Okay, so a little confused there. Okay, once their soul is completely consumed, the being is transformed into a large hulking monster. Okay, completely devoid of emotions or empathy, the monster will leave nothing but destruction and death until it is stopped. Good. This transformation is to act as a reminder of God's will and power, and power on all kind. This seems a little passive. To whom? This transformation is to act as a reminder of the gods. To whom does this transformation act as a reminder? Okay. Because obviously we have two differing opinions here. We have some who believe that this is a curse, some believe that this is an ultimate expression of faith. So those faithful to the Church of Divine Light believe this transformation is a reminder of God's will and power, something like that. So we need to know who has this thought, because there are two different organizations here. The Rekindlers view and than the faithful of the Church of the Divine Light, the sun-touched view. So we don't know who is thinking that in this sentence. All right, symptoms. At first, the person undergoes cracking. Okay, what person? The betrayer? Do we have a name for, a more descriptive name for the person? Is this the unfaithful, the betrayer, the deceived? You can provide a lot of context from the point of view that this article is coming from. Is this an objective article, seeing both sides as equal, or is this written from a slight slant from the divine light, or is it from a slight slant of the rekindlers? The branded? Yes, you could call them the branded. And in the branded individual, you could say that as well, because we have the branding. Yeah. I do think the branded, and I would capitalize that, the branded, so that it's a proper noun referring to specific individuals. The branded. At first, the branded undergoes cracking. Their skin slowly becomes charred with deep, emberous gashes in their flesh that feel warm to the touch, but they are not so hot that they can burn clothing. This cracking continues until the person either confesses their evils and begs for forgiveness, or until cracking within them ignites and consumes their body in holy fire. Okay. Again, I would probably, I would personally chop these sentences up a little bit more. Okay, at first, the undergoes the cracking, period. Their skin slowly becomes charred with deep emberous gashes in their flesh, period. These gashes feel warm to the touch, but are not so hot that they burn clothing, period. This cracking continues until the person either confesses their evil and begs forgiveness, or until the power within them ignites and consumes. That is a long sentence, but I don't think it'll easily split into two, because it provides good
Great job,
information.
sprinters.
Those are
It's
a lot
time to
of
rest.
dependent clauses
Marchers
there.
keep going.
This cracking continues until the person either confesses their sins and begs for forgiveness, because that's condition one has two clauses in it, or until the power within them ignites and consumes their body in holy fire. So you have two things, and then within them you have two things. So you're describing four things, but in two groups of two. And they're all related to the cracking continued. So this sentence might be the exception to the rule. It is long, but I don't know how you could split that. You could, but long story short, I don't think I'd change that sentence. Once their form is completely on fire, their soul withers, and their former mind slowly fades into one wanton of senseless violence and destruction. Wanton. Isn't it into wanton? Is that a noun? Wanton. It's an adjective. Okay, so that adjective there, the wanton, because you're using the word wanton as a noun, which, based on the definition I looked at but didn't read, I don't think means what you want it to mean. I think that you're trying to use this as you could say, the mind slowly fades into one of senseless violence and wanton destruction. Because I don't think that's an ad. I think it was using wanting. Okay, then it fades into one wanting senseless violence and destruction. Okay. Then if you want wanton does work, and you could move that in front of destruction, or if you changed it to wanting, then I would remove the word of. Okay? Because wanton destruct, I mean, it's a really cool, flowery word that, it's a good word to use. It's a good adjective. At this point, the creature, known as the consumed, will seek out other living creatures to consume and add to its own fire to fuel its madness. Okay, all right, so there's a lot of things in here. At this point, the creature is known as the consumed, period. You have a sentence that defines a new term. Then you can say they, it, depending how you want to refer to it, seeks out other living creatures to consume and add to its own fire to fuel its madness. Okay? As it does so, the body will grow in mass. Fire spreads across an expanding form until it becomes an all-consumed. All right. Oh, so we have the branded, who it's not too late to get them to repent. We have the consumed, where they can't repent, and then we have the all-consumed. Okay, so I think because of that, we have the three things there. I think we need to have a sentence that focuses specifically on the branded, one that specifically focused on the consumed, and one specifically focusing on the all consumed. That way, because here, because this one, talks about the branded. This one here talks about the consumed, these two sentences, but we've buried the lead. We don't know what we're talking about until the end of the second line here. So that kind of buries the lead. That kind of hides the term that we're defining, that is being defined here. And then here,
time for the sprinters to get back to work.
This sentence and this paragraph here are describing the all-consumed. And so by moving this sentence with this paragraph, you'll be able to have all of the same concept in one paragraph. One idea per sentence, one concept per paragraph. And then we have the three concepts: branded, consumed, all consumed. Okay. At this point, even with divine intervention, the soul and mind are completely lost and cannot be returned to their former state. All that was their former life is gone, and all that exists is rogue divine energy running rampant in destruction. In destruction? With destruction? Bringing destruction? I'm not sure I like the word in. Okay. And this, and cannot be returned to their former state. This sentence here gives me the idea that even the consumed could be redeemed. This is why I shouldn't write at 3 a.m. No, don't say that. Hemingway said, write drunk, edit sober. Sleep deprivation is the same as writing drunk. You can edit stuff. You can't edit a blank page. So I'm glad that you're doing it. And as Neil Gaiman said, the second draft is to convince people you knew what you were talking about all along in the first place. So no, this is all good. Because my articles that I wrote for summer camp that only have one draft, I could rip them a wholly new one, So, yeah, don't worry about it. This is good. The consumed can be saved, but requires the help of a priest. Okay. So that's an interesting concept that you have here. So this cracking continues until they confess their evils. Okay. Branded can save themselves, whereas the consumed requires a priest possibly performing a specific rite or something. That is excellent information that you could add. Said the branded confessing their sins through prayer to the God can find relief, and their skin will heal itself. Okay, then this one, they still can they still can be redeemed, but then they need the intervention of a priest to do a sacrament, a rite, a blessing, a spell, whatever you want to call it, a ritual. Okay, that's cool. And then here, the all consumed are just gone. Pure monsters that must be destroyed. Okay, I love that distinction that you have through here, and that further emphasizes the three categories even more. Self-help, divine help, no help. I really like that concept. Okay. Symptoms. We're talking about symptoms. We're not talking about how to kill it. We're just talking about symptoms. Okay. I would like to know if there is a physical change when they go to the all-consumed. How does a priest evaluate? There's this rage monster. The priest comes to show up to the rage monster. And how does the priest know if it's a consumed or all-consumed? How do they know if they say, okay, sorry guys, go kill it? I cannot help here. Send in the army. Okay, I would love to know that distinction and have it somewhere in that third paragraph. The transformation embodiment of illness, and given the constant goal of burning the world laws. Okay, now see here. Okay, so I think the consumed still have human shape or human form within the flame, while the all-consumed are more shapeless, monstrous form. Excellent description that could be added here. Now, the rekindlers. Let's talk about the rekindlers for a little bit. I would like to know more about these rekindlers. I think it's interesting that some people see this monstrosity as something good. Is there examples of when the rekindlers egg people on? They encourage, hey, this is awesome. You have these new powers. Your skin's starting to crack. Hey, look, you're a being of fire. This is awesome. And then when they become mindless, do they fight against the church or against the church's soldiers to allow the all-consumed to continue its destruction? So they become like little mini minions around the thing. I should add that to my organization considered evil to some. Excellent. Yes. If if you were writing the Rekindlers as the organization considered it evil to some, that would be a perfect place to describe how the Rekindlers actually act. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. And again, and then maybe putting a link here. Oops, I think I clicked an image. Oh, rekindled symbol. Okay. Rekindlers, known as fire starters by the Church of Divine Light. Okay, because now I don't want to go too dark. I had an analogy to the real world that is quite dark, and so please forgive me about this. But it feels to me like the rekindlers are like people who would encourage someone to commit suicide. Okay, suicide is a real problem, and people who try to encourage other people to take their own lives are scum of the highest order. But it sounds like that's what the rekindlers are doing. They're encouraging people to be consumed by the fire that they themselves aren't willing to go through or something. Yeah. I guess I'm on the side of the Church of Divine Light. So, little dark. Sorry about that. On good news, 9/8, there's this new thing. I want to leave this on a... Okay, there in the United States, there is a new helpline called the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Similar to 911, where there are emergencies, there is a new 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. If you or anyone you know is suffering and is considering taking the ultimate extreme, please help them get help and tell them, no, don't tell them about it. Sit with them and call together, okay? We need to end the travesty of suicide. We need to help everyone know that they have the divine light within themselves. So, public service announcement, I do this stuff, so I really want people to have help. So, please share the knowledge, share the information. 988 here in the United States and maybe Canada, I don't know, but at least here in the United States, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration, we now have 988. Okay. Things that happen in fiction should stay in fiction. We need to help each other as the human family, as fellow humans. On that hopefully more positive note, thank you so much for Barbarossa Sparklebeard.
Sprinters and Marchers, time is up.
And also Moonflower Writer for helping bring this article to be critiqued today. And if you would like to have your article, 1,500 words of fiction or world-building article for review, please visit wgc.bz/submit, and you too could have one of your pieces of fiction or world-building critiqued live on Saturdays. Thank you so much, everyone, and okay.
Thanks for watching this Feedback Frenzy. Be sure to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell. WriterGreg offers coaching sessions to help bring your world to life, create compelling stories, and accomplish your creative goals. Please visit wgc.bz/coaching for more details.